never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
You're awake. How about that?
Where am I?
Oh, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
The Outlander.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out.
What?
I take pride in my needlework.
Ugh,
You'd better
got
tell
shot,
me if
didn't
I
I?
left anything out of place. How'd I do?
You did horribly, but I could fix it. Alright.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore.
What are you doing to me?
Let's see if we can get you on your feet.
Oh, that's what you're doing. Okay.
Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room?
That's a hell of a mustache.
Figure tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
Right.
Oh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties.
Uh-huh.
With luck like yours, I'm surprised them bullets didn't just turn right around and climb back into the gun. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping.
A what?
What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Doc.
House.
Shelter.
Night.
Yeah, sleep. I like sleep.
Bandit.
Swiss cheese.
Light.
Cookie jar.
Mother.
Human shield.
Okay. Now, I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Well, conflict is inevitable, so no.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
No. I usually have to rely on others.
I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
Depends on the situation, I suppose.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
Again, yeah, that's probably right.
What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
An angry two-headed ant.
Okay. How about this one?
An angry two-headed ant.
Last one.
An angry bearded man.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Well, I do remember that I was clinically diagnosed with Wild Wasteland and Skilled. Very rare. Very rare. I get it on my mother's side.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
What's that whispering? What did I come in this room for?
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
Thanks for patching me up, Doc.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Huh. Yoink, 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 yoink. Yoink. Time to ransack the man's house. I mean, he does leave it laying about, and he's not exactly objecting to this, so... Health or drugs? Drugs, 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 health or drugs, 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 health or drugs, health or... health. Well... Any room I didn't explore? For some reason, I feel very uneasy in this room. I don't know why. Alright, well, out we go. What's that sound? This looks oddly familiar. What? How? What? Stop stuttering. I'm here from the future. Time travel? Sure, aren't you? We don't have a lot of time. Did I hit my head on the way out? Possibly. I'd have to check my 500-year diary. I'm so confused. Yeah, now I remember. This is where things become complicated. You see, I'm actually not just from the future. I'm from your future, or more to the point, our future. Because I am you. My head hurts. Yes, I knew that would happen. I knew that because I'm you. You from the future. You sound nothing like me! I really didn't think this through. Quick trip back to set things up, I told myself. A bit of interference within my own timeline can't hurt too badly. Listen, I would love to explain the finer concept of cellular regeneration, but we don't have time. I am definitely dreaming. Dreaming or not, I am here, you are there, and time is short. You must follow my next set of instructions to the letter, or you'll risk destroying reality itself. Of course, you can ignore me completely. Go about your daily life, picking at the shell of a dead world, trying to live. Or you could do as I say and, really live. Travel to Gibson's scrapyard, and there you will find a blue box just like this one. Take this key, it will unlock the door and let you in. How can I trust you? This could be a trap. I remember how difficult this was now. So stubborn back then. My mind's so close shut. Okay, and what do I do with this blue box? I can't quite remember. It was so long ago. Follow your intuition. Go with the flow. Oh, and here, take this. A holotape? It's an ancient Gallifreyan control disc. They used these in the temporal flight lectures back at the academy. It'll come in handy. Gallifreyan? Oh, this is dangerous. Me just being here is causing one of the biggest paradoxes in history. I really shouldn't say any more. Time for me to go. Go where? Spoilers. It was nice talking to me again. Look after that head. He'll be mine one day. Ah! I got a sudden feeling. As if millions of nerds just cried out in joy. And then suddenly started spontaneously laughing at my sudden feeling. Well, I'm gonna need something better to wear than these rags. There we go. I don't know why it's put on the glove. On the drip. I got the drip. As for the damage, well, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. To steal or not to steal, that is the question.
Hey there.
No. Now that's a band name if I've ever seen one. You ain't looking. Oh. Well, I got myself some drip. Yo.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Sure.
Can do.
Alright. What don't I need? Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need those. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need those, don't need those. What you got in here? You got a backpack? Need it. I'll take some ammo. Thank you very much. You got a shovel? You do have a shovel. Thank you.
Give me a
Always worth
shout if you
having
need
one.
anything else.
Cheers, bro. I mean, it's not the best drip, but it's drip nonetheless. Let's take a look around, see what we can find on this glorious day. It's the cowboy robot.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Thanks for digging me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
So, how did you happen to find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
Never seen a robot like you before.
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Well, goodbye.
Happy trails!
Well, I do have a shovel. Got it. J. Franzal. I don't know what that's a reference to. So, editor, see if you can get the reference of whatever that's supposed to be.
According to the Fallout Wiki, J. Frenzal is a reference to a song of the same name from the album B is for B-Sides by the American ska punk band Less Than Jake. The song in turn is a reference to Jason Whaley of Friends of Rome, an Australian punk rock band. So, that's neat.
So this is where I was buried, huh? Alright. Now yeah, this is what it was smoking while I was popping 2 caps in my head. I'll hold on to them. It may come in handy sometime. Or I could just keep it as a personal memento. Remember... Oh, do you remember the blissful time of when I was shot in the fucking head? Oh. Nice. I can feel my editor just watching me steal shit, and he's either gonna say something judgmental of me stealing, or he's gonna be applauding me. One of the two.
Nah, I'm just gonna edit it all out.
Off and left!
What am I stealing from these people? I don't really know, but it's better to have things and not need them than to need them and not have them. I know people are screaming at me to get on with the main Goodsprings stuff. I will. Just, give me time. Hello. Hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. Ah, yes. Terminals. I'd like to think I'm quite good at terminals. You know what, I'll come back to that later. Actually, no. I feel my editor laughing at me. It's definitely N-I-N-G. Gotta be something that ends with N-I-N-G, I think. I think it's this. No! Morning? There we go. Unlucky. There we go. We got there eventually. Easy Pete.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
Do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though. If you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say.
Why are you called Easy Pete?
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now we'll just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
You're a prospector? Like digging for gold and silver?
Nah. Means I poke through old buildings looking for working tech and such. Some folks just call it salvaging, but never liked the term. Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I looked for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts. Good money in it.
I'll keep that in mind. Did you ever find anything good while prospecting?
Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders. Eventually got too old to keep going out.
What's wrong with the NCR?
Don't get me wrong. The NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you like it or not. Towns like Goodsprings and Prim don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got something the NCR wants. Still, the NCR keeps the Legion away.
Tell me about the Legion.
They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still on the NCR winning, but you never know. We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't want to get caught by them.
It sounds like NCR is lesser of the two evils there. But what's so important about Hoover Dam?
The dam powers a lot of New Vegas, and then there's all that clean water lying in Lake Mead, too. Anybody who owns the dam owns the territory.
And what do you use the Bighorners for?
Meat and hide, mostly. Can't put a pack on them. You just lay down until you take it off. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful around them. They can put up a decent fight if cornered.
You know anything about Victor?
The machine? Harmless, no matter what Trudy says. She thinks it's hiding something, but I think it's just a broken-down relic with no place to be.
Alright, well, goodbye.
Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
Don't worry. The current residents have been evicted.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
Doc Mitchell said you could teach me to survive in the desert.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
Well, this'll either be one of two things. One of three things, I mean. It really is gonna be what she says. She's gonna train me. Two, it could be secret love, but I don't think I want that. And the last one, she could just outright fucking kill me. So let's roll those dice. But first...
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? That's the right idea. Look at them. Try crouching down and staying no shot. Well, that's a start.
Okay, I'm in. But I'll catch up. I got pressing matters to deal with. 1. Fuck. 2. 3. 4. How many are in my store? Keep it going. Keep that the gas going. I just gotta see, I'm sorry. No? Everyone is perfectly fine with what I've just done. Okay, well, I'm gonna take that.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way. Okay, you're on. Go give him help.
So, here's the plan.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me.
Sure, I'll come
Shouldn't
with
take
you.
more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me.
Oh, hello there. There's someone down there.
You like that? Get him off! Teach you to mess with me. Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure. I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
Thank you.
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Couldn't hurt.
Alright then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
You prefer not to get caught up in the rights and wrongs of the world and drift from place to place, taking the path of least resistance. Your movement speed is increased and you are more accurate with ranged weapons. Hey! Neutrality, everyone! Oh, by the way, I already grabbed
Let me
that
see what you
shit.
got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. Alright now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
Alright. Getting pretty dark, isn't it? I hope everyone can still see. You may be wondering why I'm taking empty bottles, but they're used for collecting
Hey, that's
water.
not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Well, first, I'm gonna need a place to sleep, because, yeah, it's pretty dark.
Oh, thank goodness! You, come here. Can you help me?
What's wrong?
My girl is trapped by geckos on the ridge, and I can't get to her. Please, she's gonna die!
Where is she?
Go up the path, past the broken radio tower, and go to the right. They're at the top of the trail.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
You will? Thank you for helping me. Please hurry.
I was planning on getting some rest, but, guess not. Holy shit. Well, apparently I'm just hitting 20s. Got all of them? It looks like... Oh, God.
Thanks for clearing out them geckos. Now I'll get to that stash.
Fucking piece of shit. That wasn't your best plan, mate. I mean, you just saw me clear out an entire den of geckos. If you couldn't do that, then you couldn't take me on. You had a 9mm. You could have easily taken them on. The hell are you thinking, bro? Well. For some reason, I feel like a weird thing. I have thoughts of some sort of Zyborn clock or something when I look at this man. Well, nice. There's a bed up here and it's a decent view. I might as well. Huh?
Hello there. It's good to see a friendly face. I almost took you for a raider, I did. Name's Malcolm. Malcolm Holmes. Don't suppose you'd care to trade. I'm missing a few essentials and... screw this. Lying just ain't in my nature.
You interrupted my beauty rest.
I've been following you for a good bit now.
Go on.
It started off innocently enough. I was traveling, as I often do, and happened to observe you picking up one of those blue star caps. You didn't show any reaction to it, so I figured you didn't know what you'd gotten your hands on.
Why didn't you say anything then and there?
I had to make sure of your disposition. There's a lot of jumpy folks out there that'll shoot a man as soon as talk to him. Now that we're conversing, though, I can tell you what I know about those. There's an old wasteland legend that says somewhere out there is a fabulous treasure from before the war. Those caps with the blue star on them, the tale goes, are the key to that treasure. They're called sunset sarsaparilla stars.
Where can I find more of these caps?
All over the place. The easiest place to find them is unopened bottles of sunset sarsaparilla. You'd think they'd all have been picked clean by now, but somehow, new bottles keep appearing in the machines. Some say it's old Festus that does it, hoping someone will finally collect enough caps to earn the treasure. Other than bottles, you'll just have to scavenge. You can find caps in the unlikeliest of places, and blue star caps are no exception.
You mentioned someone named Festus. Who's that?
It's said that the treasure is guarded by a man named Festus, and he's the one who asked for the blue star cap. It's also said he's been around since the war, standing a lonely vigil, waiting for someone to come and take the treasure off his hands. That'll make him pretty damn old, but I've met a few people in my travels who claim they actually met him, and they weren't the lying type either.
So, you collect these caps too?
Nah, I gave it up years ago. Too dangerous. And even if I did still collect them, I'd tell you the same. There's people out there so mad with the idea of treasure that they'll attack strangers just on the suspicion that they have some of those caps.
What kind of treasure are we talking about, though?
No one knows. Money, weapons, water. It is, or maybe was, something of value, and that's enough to get people motivated.
Well, thanks for the info, but I'll be going now.
No problem. If you do end up trying to collect more stars, watch out for a man named Alan Marks. He's killed several people for their stars already.
Maybe what I can do is... Yeah. What? It's not evil. He gets to live. It's not evil. It's not evil. It's not evil.
Hey there, partner. How are you doing today?
Were you watching me sleep? Jesus, don't fucking scare me like that.
Sorry, friend. Didn't mean to scare ya. Well, to show you can trust me, the name's Felicia. Pleasure to meet you. I couldn't help but notice those star caps you were carrying. They kind of shine in the sun, you know? I was hoping you understood the danger of carrying those so openly.
Yeah, I already know. A man named Malcolm already warned me.
Alright, so you already know how dangerous those things are. Good. I was gonna warn you, but I guess I don't have to. Just try your best to conceal them better, okay? If I could spot them from a mile away, I'm certain others will as well. Well, listen, partner, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for not shooting me, too. I'm rather allergic to getting shot. Perhaps we'll see each other on the road again, but until then, farewell. Oh, before I go, watch out for a woman named Jacqueline. She's a raider out for the treasure. She's already robbed a few men of their caps. Just thought I'd warn ya. See ya!
Wait.
Great to see you again.
What exactly do you do?
Me? I'm a prospector by trade. I like wandering around and scavenging all the goodies I find. I mainly specialize in tech, though. Sometimes I sell it, sometimes I keep it. All depends on what's good and what's not.
So, want to trade?
Sure thing. What you got?
Oh, that could be useful. Aha, you do have some. I'll take those off your hand, if you don't mind. And,
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
your voice drastically changed.
Bye.
Desperado. Stand and deliver. Your money or your life. You're now known across the wasteland for your dastardly dealings. You have a chance to find additional money on the corpses of any civilians you kill. Oops. Looks like I went too far with the stealing. I better try and pull it back. I better try and cut out the stealing. Don't want to go too far with it. I'm a nice guy, really. It's not evil. It's just... I'm also a bit of a kleptomaniac. I'm having vague memories of a crystal skull, but I just can't seem to place it. Holy shit! That's a huge bitch! Okay, let's do our utmost to avoid him. Do not want to get spotted by big man over there. That is legitimately terrifying. Oh god. Big Man detected us. I don't think Big Man has detected us. You could see him from ages away. Oh no. What's he going after? Please don't be going after me. Is he going after some coyotes or something? Oh no, he's coming this way. He's coming this way. Oh. Detected by what? Oh, hi, Cheyenne. What are you doing all the way out here? Me? Oh, I'm just trying to go see what this landmark is all about. Without getting spotted by Big Man. The fact that I can see him from this far away, that's terrifying. Yeah, there's a guy over there. The Yangtze Memorial.
Up here!
No. No!
On the balcony!
No!
I said up here!
As usual, I got word of a settlement that needs our help.
No! Yes?
Nice. I'll mark it on your map.
Where is he going? What are you... What are you doing? Whoa! Wait, is that him?
Don't wait for me.
I really hope Big Man didn't see that. That's like waving a giant flag that says, "Hey, Super Mutant Behemoth, come kill us, we're over here." Although I think Big Man might have fucked off. I hope he has, because I want to explore. Oh, never mind, he hasn't gone away. Okay, I'll have to explore that later. This Big Man is right there and he looks hungry. I'm just gonna do this. I ain't making the trek back. With big man right there. Easy Pete, like, are you not put off by the fact that you can literally see that thing from here? You have nothing to say about that? No words of advice? Nothing? Okay. Shoot yourself.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
Howdy.
Huh, who was that guy? You,
What do you want?
you look a little different than what I'm used to. I guess the INI file in my brain must have been shot. So, what was that you said about Ringo?
He's some traitor who decided he'd rather shoot than pay the toll for being in our territory. He's hiding somewhere in town. Would serve these idiots right if me and my guys shot the place up after we got payback on Ringo.
What, this area is your territory?
It is now. Me and the rest of the guys busted out of the NCR prison east of here and took over. Now we're calling the shots.
What were you in prison for?
None of your damn business. You ought to know better than to ask a man that kind of question.
I just need to know if I should watch my step around you, that's all.
Robbed some people, burned some things, killed a few guys.
What's been going on in the rest of the wasteland?
Same old shit that's been going on for years. The NCR and Legion are still fighting over Hoover Dam for some reason.
You know anything about Hoover Dam?
Never been there since the NCR's got troops all over it. Must be pretty important.
What do you know about the Legion?
I've run with some tough gangs, but I gotta admit, they all got nothing on the Legion. I hear they stick you up on poles and it takes a while to die. I ain't saying I'm afraid of them or nothing, but I'll be staying out of their way.
Tell me about the NCR.
New California Republic. Nothing new about it. Just a bunch of people with money and power pushing everyone else around. They've got troops all over the Mojave, but it's a big desert, so it's pretty easy to avoid them if you want.
Well, goodbye.
Yeah.
Seems like a bit of a piece of shit, in all honesty.
Hey. Hey.
Hey, how are you doing?
Howdy.
So, what do you know about Joe Cobb?
Bad trouble.
That's helpful.
Welcome.
Bye.
Yup.
Alright, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a quick piss. Oh, sorry, madam. Hello.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
Nice to meet you. I'm trying to track down the people who attacked me. Do you know anything about them?
Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
Okay, well, I don't care about your radio. Where did those guys go?
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back.
Why that?
That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
Well, critters that get mad when you shoot them. Yeah, they do that. And I'm pretty sure anything would get mad if you shot at it. Anyone would get mad if you shot at them. But Anyways, so where were they headed?
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fella wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
Alright, well, I'm sorry for snapping a little bit at the start of that. You want me to take a look at your broken radio?
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
Yeah, sure he is. Anyways, might as well see what I can do here. I can repair that.
Feeling thirsty? I can take care of that.
So, I fixed your radio.
Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some caps for the work.
That's it? Are you implying that I've done shoddy work?
Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normally charged for this sort of thing. Here's some additional caps. That should be enough. Now, how about spending some of those caps in the saloon?
Well, I need to get going.
Be careful out there.
You know, got a bit of a revenge mission to enact. Don't make me do this.
Oh, hi, human. Nice, tea we're having, yes?
I almost shot at you. What are you doing out here?
I'm just wandering around, human. I'm sorry to have scared you. It was not my intention. I get that a lot, though. People not used to seeing a mutant walking about, eating cactus instead of babies. I can see why you're confused. I am just thankful you didn't shoot at me, human. A lot do that to me. And it's very painful getting shot. So thank you.
I'll be honest, I almost did. You don't just see super mutants wandering around, you know?
You are certainly right about that, my friend. And I am glad you didn't shoot at me. Bullets are painful. I have been shot at many times by ranchers and soldiers and chased by men with dogs on their heads. You are a breath of fresh air. And for that, I want to give you something I found. Here, I hope it fits, for it certainly doesn't fit me.
Well, I know that's some friendly mutants out in the world. I just wasn't expecting a friendly one right now, considering there was the behemoth not too far away from here. You know, it's dangerous for mutants out here. What you doing wonder about?
Yes. Dangerous for me, yes. The world is dangerous for my kind as it is for you, human. But you see me, yes? I am a mutant. I am, in the eyes of the others, a radioactive freak. I cannot stay put for very long or otherwise I scare others. I don't like scaring other people. And so, I must wander instead. It is better this way. I can see the world, meet new people such as yourself, and even learn about the old world. Certainly, a wanderlust cannot be bad. Not even for a mutant.
I suppose not. Well, at the very least, have one of my weapons. It's dangerous on the road these days.
Oh, you flatter me with your offer, human. But I've no need of one. I live with the idea that I must harm no one, for any reason. When faced with danger, I run away. When being robbed, I give them what I have. I see no reason to use a weapon, for weapons are what caused the world to become what it is now. If I am to die on the road one day, then so be it. You cannot change fate, and you cannot deceive it either. If it happens, it happens.
I suppose.
But I appreciate your concern for me, and I do not want such a good deed going unrewarded. Here, I've no need for it, for I cannot wear a suit. I know it isn't much. I wish I could give you so much more. Like the moon, or the sunset, or the joy of a child's laughter. But this is all I can offer. I hope you love it.
I'm worried for you. It's a dangerous world.
Worry? It's sweet of you, but I am fine. I promise. We all take risks the second we leave our homes, and for me, with every step I take, I cannot allow worry and fear to overcome me. If I did, I would never take another step. So instead, I trudge forward. If I am to die one day on the road, then so be it. I've lived a decent life, more so than most of my brothers.
Who are you, anyways?
Who am I? I have gone through many names over the years, trying my best to remember what I was once called. At times, I named myself Bryce, and others, Toby. At one point, I started calling myself Leo, Uncle Leo. I don't know why, but it felt right. Maybe, perhaps, that was really my name, Leo. Perhaps this is just a name I thought up while looking at a book, though. Or perhaps when looking at a billboard. I no longer remember. But regardless, that is my name now. For better or for worse, I am Uncle Leo. A grand pleasure to meet you.
You're not like other mutants, are you?
I wonder what gave it away. Is it because I don't carry a minigun? Or that I don't eat your limbs? I'm just like you, friend. Just a bit more mutated. And big. I only wish there were more like me. Maybe I wouldn't be so alone.
Why not go to Jacobstown? It's a community for mutants like you.
I have been there. I do not like it. All the screaming, all the yelling. The night can sleep rarely and holler at night. It was great to find a community of like-minded mutants, but I couldn't sleep. The Nightkin are not sane mutants like me. It was unfortunate, but I'd rather hold on to my own sanity.
Where did you come from?
Where do I come from? I do not remember. Been so long. Feels like an eternity. I remember coming from the Far East. From a place where mutants roamed everywhere. And giant flying things with men in metal fighting other men in metal. War. Fighting. No tolerance for mutants. Life was hard. I left. I don't know why. Maybe because of war. Or perhaps because I wanted to see the world. I don't remember. But I left and came here. Along the way, I met so many people and seen so many sights. If you want a story, feel free to ask. I got a few I can tell.
Can you tell me a story?
I once met a man back in the Far East, in the place called, the capital, something. This man was wearing a bright blue suit with pretty yellow accents. He was surprised to meet me, and I was the same. The most distinguished thing about him was that on his back, a big 101, all in yellow. He was a vault dweller. We talked for a while. I mainly told him of my plight and where I came from. Then, we parted ways. Only, we met a few weeks later by a place known as the Democracy of David, or something like that. I gave him a suit just like what I gave you. He seemed rather grateful for such a gift, and I nearly cried knowing I couldn't do better. I really wanted to do better. I met the man a third time, this time near a giant destroyed ship called River City, I think. He showed much concern for me, for a couple of humans were after me after I found water in an abandoned shack, but I told him not to worry. I never saw him again. I do hope he is doing all right.
You got any more stories?
I once chanced upon a soldier in the NCR, a ranger he called himself. He was on a mission, he said, to scout out the remains of a caravan that was razed to the ground. He said I had frightened him. I was not surprised, but what did surprise me was the fact he asked me to help him on his mission, and so I did. There were no survivors of the caravan. Everyone was killed. The woman defiled, the children kidnapped. It was horrible. The ranger nearly cried. He said his wife was with that caravan and he specifically volunteered to check up on them for her. She was dead, however, her head blown away. I consoled him, told him I knew of his pain, albeit not in the same way. That night we camped by the remains of the caravan while we buried the dead. His wife came first. We shared a bottle of whiskey while we worked. I've never seen a man cry so much. His face was an abyss of red and tears. I almost cried myself. We had parted ways the following morning, and I've never heard from him again. I do hope he found his way in this world, and he had moved on.
Damn. You got any more stories?
Once in my travels, I arrived in a place called Kansas. It was a huge territory, and dominated by sandstorms and things called tornadoes. I wasn't going to stay, however. I knew that if I did, I would die. The natural events were terrible on the people surviving there. Well, on my travels, I met a little doggy, a fuzzy thing, and no bigger than my foot. At first, I ran from it, not knowing it was friendly. When I finally realized it meant me no harm, I quickly took a liking to the little thingy. I named him Tutu. I don't know why, but I did. Took him with me everywhere I went. Sometimes I carried him. Sometimes he just walked next to me. The little doggy ate everything. Meat, vegetables, fruits, spicy peppers. Whatever I gave him, he ate. But one day, he turned up missing. I woke up from a nap to see he was gone. Vanished. Disappeared. I searched high and low for the little doggy, but never found him. I think someone nabbed him and made off with him, but I cannot prove it. I'll always miss Tutu, but I'm not in Kansas anymore. Gotta move on, even if I do miss him greatly.
Well, goodbye.
Farewell, human.
I hope I meet this guy again. It was nice. Yeah. Well. What? No. No, is this the same one I saved? Who did this? God damn it. Was it you? I don't know, you're standing pretty far away from her. I don't think it was you. Jesus. Well, the adventure continues, I suppose.